Ahoy, this is David Perry with my continuing series of video interviews about how businesses are getting from what I call the great pause into the great return. So I'm very proud to have with me now a longtime friend and colleague, fellow board member at the Chamber of Commerce from McCalls Catering and Events, Lee Gregory. Lee, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today. It's great to see you.
So let's first talk about you personally. Where were you when you first heard about COVID, and when did you realize this was going to become a thing?
Well, I think there had been a lot of rumbling about, the illness and people getting sick, and hadn't thought about it too much. When it really hit home that this was happening and our lives were going to change was on March 6th, when we were in the middle of setting up a big event at San Francisco City Hall for the next day. We were to have 1,200 people, gorgeous gala, annual event, and around 5 o'clock, it was shut down. The setup was shut down. And it's like, it's come to San Francisco. It's happening. And we didn't know, it's like, okay, it was the heart of the city government. That made sense. 1,200 people, okay. But then the 250 person wedding was canceled, and then until I was actually with the Conservatory of Music at Linmar Winery on March 16th. And after planning a lovely day to be held out in the gardens, in the field, in the vineyard, we got the press release, and that was when it was closed. So it really struck home when that first party setup was canceled.
Yeah, what's it like trying to run a catering business when you can't cater?
Well, there's no catering, and there's no catering in sight. There's a lot of interest still in weddings and personal gatherings and things like that, but even that's not allowed in the city. So we think that's probably going to be the first things that come back, those things. The other things that are the people and organizations that we're working with that are diligently thinking about the future and needing to do things are our nonprofits. They need to stay alive. They need to figure out how to do things virtually and other ways to keep people interested in the arts and involved in what they're doing and keeping people employed. So when this is over, they have something to go back to. But is there anything on the books? We had a tremendous year started at things, probably one of the best ever. We had sold out dates on the calendar all the way through the holidays. We were really looking forward to celebrating our 40th anniversary, which is a big deal in the food business, right?
Yeah, two years is a big deal in the food business.
Yeah.
I've had restaurant clients, I know.
Yeah, so we were really excited to have a year of celebration, and one by one, those calendar listings just kept coming off the wall. And so we're fortunate. We have a very good relationship with the city, and in late March, we got a call from San Francisco's Human Services Agency, and they were interested in talking to us about how to feed the people that were being moved into the hotels. So that was a change for us, and it was a great opportunity to keep people employed. Our people are most important to us. It's our family, it's our strength, it's our backbone. So being able to employ or re-employ people was really important, as well as learning how to run a different kind of business.
Right. Well, let's talk a little bit about that different sort of business. I've been impressed to see a really great creative endeavor from McCalls, and I mean, that's what you expect from a San Francisco firm. Like, you expect creativity. You expect two things from McCalls: creativity and those great lamb chops. That's
yeah,
right. So how are you delivering those delicious lamb chops creatively now? I understand you have something called MCmarket.
We do. We've started MCmarket, and we took our time. A lot of people went immediately to deliveries and takeouts and things like that. But we've built up an incredible reputation for service and quality over those 40 years. So for us to make a change, we had to know we were doing it right. And we did learn a lot through the work we did for the city. We learned about safe, individually packaging meals, not only the safety of where the food was being prepared, but how it was being served and presented and delivered. And we took that with the knowledge that we already have of cuisine and fresh and natural and local and whatever, and brought that together We combined the favorites items that people know of McCalls. If anybody doesn't know McCalls, I understand we don't advertise, but we do about 900 events locally in the Bay Area. And we also have the cafes at some of the finest locations, the Museum of Modern Art, the Young, Legion of Honor. We're in the Symphony Hall and the Galleria Design Center. So we have a variety of businesses. So we combined all of that and decided to start something called MCmarket, a home delivery project. Our sommelier and our mixologists are still on staff, so we're and our floral designer. So we're taking that great food and also making available wine and specialty cocktails, and you'll be seeing bouquets of fresh flowers. So trying to give you that McCalls service, and our McCalls people that they love, they're actually doing the deliveries to the home. So when the doorbell rings, they see people they know. So the McCalls family is bringing the party to your house.
So it's a gala gourmet to go.
It is. It is.
So, and you know, nothing against pizza delivery, because we've all had the guys on the back of a bike, but this is not a guy on the back of the bike with a helmet.
No, it's not. It really is. It's our maitre d's and our captains that are out there very safely with their masks and their gloves and sanitized cars and vehicles and things like that, bringing these amazingly beautiful meals featuring local farms, local produce, local everything. With really fun and easy directions on how to heat, because we want to make it simple. We've added a video component. There's a QR code on your Heat Me page, and then you can watch a chef talk to you about the food and how to do it. And we want to make it fun. I think, people are trapped in their homes and they're tired of their own cooking, or they want to do something special. Or maybe people know about McCalls parties and haven't been to one, or maybe they just hear that it's a good new service. So we're excited, and we thank you for being interested in it.
Well, of course. And so what's the response been like? I know Leah Garchik, famed society columnist for the Chronicle. Now, she says she's retired. I don't think Leah Garchik's ever really going to retire.
I don't think she'll ever fully retire.
She got a MCmarket meal and she loved it.
Yeah, and she has ordered and really, really enjoyed it. And we're getting good feedback. It takes time, to build a new market with a different name. It's starting, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, nothing's obvious, starting with people who know us and had heard about it, and the word's getting out there, and people are recommending to their friends, people are buying for their friends. There's been some more press coming out. We're actually doing something, we're looking at partnering with charities and helping them. We get their word out, they get our word out. How can we, because that's really important, is as partnering with our friends and keeping everybody whole until we get through this. So we knew it would take time. So it's getting started.
So what advice do you have for other small businesses in San Francisco? You're a longtime member of the board of the Chamber of Commerce. I know you work on membership. And of course, this year, as a fellow Chamber board member, I know it's about retaining our members. What advice do you have for the businesses out there that are just gobsmacked by this, which is all of us?
Well, whether it's in business or in your personal life, being nimble and being open to change and embracing change. Embracing change gives the ability to move forward. I love it when people ask me, well, what's the silver lining? What are the good things coming out of this? Because it reminds you that there are some silver linings. My first career was at IBM, and I was there when the full employment policy was canceled. And there were a lot of people who were absolutely devastated because they never thought that they were going to be anywhere other than at IBM for their entire career. So I learned then you've got to be ready and move on your feet and always be thinking ahead. What other things are happening and how can you take the best of what you have and move it forward? I was listening to the chef from Accarello, and she said, look back, but don't go backward as you're moving forward. But embrace change.
Great advice. Well, we've been speaking with Lee Gregory, who is now involved in a new endeavor for McCalls Catering, MCmarket. Where can people go online to learn more and, more importantly, order and have that wonderful McCalls food sent to the door?
It is so terrific. Visit McCallsmarket.com. So McCallsMarket.com. And if you do a search on MC Space Market, it will come up and you can find it. But MC Market, and we would love to have you all join us. Soon we're going to also be delivering through Talk. So, but come to McCallsMarket.com and we are happy to take care of you.
Great. Well, we will put the link down there. And as you know, my husband is quite a foodie, and he said, tell Lee we're looking forward to our first MC Market delivery. So when we're back up there, which will be soon, we'll have it delivered to our door.
Well, keep me posted. I look forward to it.
Thank you. We've been speaking with Lee Gregory from McCalls Catering. More importantly now, MC Market, gourmet to go to your front door. Ahoy.
Thank you. Ahoy.